guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a very kind of casual video, but it's going to be hopefully very informative. I am going to tell you how I lost 10 kilos in 12 weeks. I'm just over the moon because I finally reached my first goal today and I'm just so happy. But a little disclaimer on this video: if you are thinking about starting any new lifestyle change or diet change, you should consult your doctor. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, I have no qualifications whatsoever. I'm just going to talk you through what has worked for me, and also please try and be respectful of people's lifestyle choices and diet choices. If there's going to be anything nasty, I'm not dealing with it. I've actually had a few questions over the last couple of weeks asking about my weight loss and how I've done it. But basically I've started a ketogenic lifestyle, and I call it a lifestyle because for me it's not just a diet, it's something that I continue to do for I don't even know how long, as long as I can. I want to backtrack a little bit about my weight story. I have always been someone that has been overweight. You can't hide the elephant in the room. Like, I've always been someone that has wanted to lose weight. So before I got married, I worked really hard, I ate clean, and I went to the gym, and I think I lost around 18, nearly 20 kilos when I got married, which was an amazing thing. But don't get me wrong, I worked my ass off for it. I do go over that weight loss story a bit in the video that I'll link here. It's about a wedding preparation video. I worked so hard for it, and it was a lot of hard work and a lot of time and energy into, you know, living clean lifestyle and going to the gym and working out and everything. So after I got married, we went on a huge overseas trip, like a 6-week one, came back, and, you know, I put on a couple of kilos and I just didn't feel like going to the gym anymore. I threw myself into YouTube and put that first. Didn't have time to exercise or make meals, and it got to the stage where last year I just completely gave up. I wasn't going to the gym, I wasn't cooking clean meals, we were eating takeout. It was a very bad lifestyle, and it's something that I'm not proud of, and I put all that weight back on again, basically. The thing that I find funny is it's no secret how to lose weight. You just need to exercise and eat well, like eat good, wholesome, non-processed foods. It's no secret. I know that. And I just thought, oh, when I'll have time, I'll get back into the gym, I'll get it sorted. And yeah, that didn't happen either. So when I found out that one of my good friends was doing a ketogenic diet, I'm like, what the frick is this? Like, who wants to do that? Who wants to not eat carbs? Who wants to give up this food group? Like, that sounds so silly. And I spent a bit of time with her. Obviously, it was a topic of conversation for not only just between me and her, but between me and a few other people, because we wanted to understand how it worked and everything like that. It was after a few days in Sydney that I spent with my girlfriends, and she was one of them, and I came home and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a go. I got absolutely nothing to lose but 20 kilos, and I'm gonna give it a go. So I did, and here I am today, 3 months later, really happy with myself. I'm proud of myself, and I feel better, I look better, my energy is better, and I don't get the bloating that I used to get before, and just in general I feel better and I have a more positive outlook in life. So ketogenic diet, what is it? If you haven't heard of it, basically it's a diet where you change the main source of energy in your body from carbohydrates to fat. I know it sounds really scary. I know. Basically you get rid of pretty much all of the carbohydrates and all sugar in your diet. Upon starting on my venture, obviously I leaned on my friend a lot and asked her like a million questions. I also did a bit of research on YouTube, watched heaps of videos, and looked up heaps of different blog posts. I'm gonna have some listed down below, but I did a lot of research to find out what I can eat, what I can't eat, what's best to eat, and everything like that. So what you want to aim for is in your macros, you want to have 5% carbohydrates, 25% protein, and 70% fat. And I know it looks super scary, but you've got to remember that you're taking out the carbohydrates that you normally have, which are probably full of sugar anyway, which are turning into fat, and you're replacing it with fats. For me, when When my friend was explaining it, I was just like, how does it work? Like, I want to test my body and see if it can work. After I did a bit of research, I was just so intrigued by it. I'm just like, I need to know if I can make it work, if my body can make it work, because it was kind of like a little test that I wanted to see if I could do it. Because I have mentioned it in passing to a few people and they're like, oh no, it didn't work for me. Some people have mentioned, oh yeah, I know that person and I hadn't seen them in a while and I saw them and they'd lost a crap ton of weight. So you get mixed opinions. This diet or lifestyle isn't for everyone. So you ask, okay, what do you eat, Crystal? So when I started out with a breakfast which had bacon, eggs, asparagus, tomatoes, all cooked in a pan with lots of oil. That to me came up perfectly in my macros. It was 5% carbohydrates, 25% protein, 70% fat. It was the perfect breakfast. And then obviously there's different variations of ways you can cook eggs and bacon and things like that. So then for lunch, I would eat something like my risol recipe, which I'll leave down below. That was something that actually was a little setback for me because I didn't realize how much tomato sauce had sugar in it. And I was putting sauce on my risoles and not realizing. So also taco bowls. So what's in a taco shell, but without the shell, just put it in a bowl and you eat it. I also recently made taco shells out of cheese. And that was interesting. I make chicken thigh schnitzels and I make them with almond meal instead of breadcrumbs. And then for dinner, I'd have the lunch things. I also have been really loving zoodles, so zucchini noodles with a pasta. And with the pasta, I put in a mince and then a bolognese sauce, but with no added sugar. Make sure you're reading the ingredients on the things that you're buying, if you're not making them yourself, obviously, to see that they have no added sugar. So important. Been snacking on cheese and cashew nuts, almonds, and then for desserts, I've been having berries and cream. A problem for me is that I don't actually eat avocados, and that is one thing that people on a keto diet swear by. Also, a lot of people really love to eat fish. I'm not a big fan of fish, so I have skipped out on that. So I've been having steaks, lamb chops. What I do want to warn you about is this diet isn't something that you can just try for 2 weeks and then stop. Like, I mean, you can, but it's really not going to get you anywhere in the long run. The first, 3 weeks or so, I really didn't feel that well. I was low on energy and I did get the keto flu. So guys, let's be honest, I'm not very good at the scientific things behind it. I'll leave links down below if you want to know exactly how it works. But basically you get this keto flu because your body is adapting to burning ketones instead of glucose in your body. The symptoms from this flu are feeling very tired, having dizziness, headaches, and feeling like you can't concentrate. They're the main things that I suffered from. There are a few other things that people have mentioned, like sugar cravings, nausea, difficulty getting to sleep, irritability, stomach irritability. I mainly suffered the ones that I mentioned, and to be honest, like it was rough, but you get through that and then you're okay. It was after that I had very low energy for a few weeks and I just felt like laying on the couch and doing nothing because I had literally nothing. I had no energy and I was just walking around the house like but after the first month, I've got to say I have felt really normal, apart from a few headaches, which I don't tend to get that much anymore. Headaches are usually a loss in sodium, so you can fix that by having salt on your food. So I would say the hardest part is, the first couple of weeks, getting into the ketosis stage where you are burning fat. You do tend to lose a lot of weight quickly at the start, but don't be fooled, it will basically be water weight. It does encourage you to keep going, and it's definitely something that encouraged me to keep going. So to be honest, I weighed myself earlier this year and I was 80.3 kilos. I was honestly too scared to weigh myself again after that, and then it was 2 days into my keto diet that I weighed myself and I was, I think, 78.7 or something. So I'm using my biggest weight as my starting point, and today I reached 70.3 kilos. My goal is 60 kilos. I'm not sure if I'll get there. I haven't been there before since I was, a teenager. Even with my wedding, I got down to 61 was the least that I got down to. But I feel like it is definitely achievable with this happening after 3 months. I feel like there are some people who say, well, why restrict yourself? You need carbs to live, function, and everything like that. I don't. I'm completely fine. I'm sitting here functioning, talking to you guys. I have loads of energy. I don't get that slump in the day. After you have a big lunch and you energy goes up and then it goes down. I don't get that anymore. I also don't get any tummy aches anymore. I don't get that bloatedness. That few days that I went to Sydney with my girlfriends, I was so bloated and sore and disgusting, and you know what, that's what made me change my mind. Like, I was so sore and I just had enough. Since cutting out carbs, I don't get that anymore. Let's talk about cheat meals. Actually, I have had a few cheat meals. I haven't been as strong as I had hoped. I have had, I think, 3 or 4 cheat meals. There was a day that I went to the races with Priceline, and there were chips and crumbed fish that I had just in like little trays, and then I was drinking some champagne. Alcohol isn't the best on this diet. If you're going to drink, you want to drink a dry white wine or champagne, or like vodka and soda water. You want to avoid carbs like beer. So I had that, and then there was one day where I came home from work, and it was after a month, I think, and I just had nothing left, and the Bachelor finale, or the night before the finale, was on, and I'm like, I don't care what we eat, just get whatever. And Dean went and got kebabs and chips, and you know what, it set me back a bit, but I didn't like put on weight. It just took a little bit of time to start losing it again, start getting into that fat burning stage. And then I've had like a few cheat meals and here and there and everything like that. But overall, I've lost 10 kilos. I could have lost more in a shorter amount of time, but I'm okay with that. So cheat meals, I know a lot of people don't do them, but for me, I was okay with having like one a month or one every couple of weeks. And I didn't make it a cheat day. It would just be one cheat meal. Actually, there was a cheat day. It was the races day. That was a cheat day. But make sure you don't just have a whole cheat day where you just eat whatever you want. If you're going to have one cheat meal, make it one meal. Don't have another one for like a month. And you know what? After those meals, I didn't feel great. I'll tell you that. Also, I haven't exercised. In the last couple of weeks, I've done a bit of gardening outside, but I have not been to the gym. I've not gone for walks. I've not done anything. I've not done anything to deliberately exercise whatsoever. I'm sure if I were to go to the gym or go for a walk a day, it would make an impact as well. Another thing that really made me stick on track was the fact that if you have a cheat meal, if you have sugar, it will spike your insulin level and kick you out of ketosis, which is the fat burning stage. And you don't know how long it's going to take for your body to get back into ketosis. It was actually something that really helped me to stay on track. And someone brought in cake at work. I can't have that. Like, you just can't. It's honestly not worth it, because it could slow you down another week or so, and you don't lose as much weight as you could have. Also with sweets, I eat the Lindt 78% chocolate, dark chocolate, whatever it is, but just have like 1 square a day. Don't go eating the whole block or whatever. But I found it very hard when it was that time of the month, and all I wanted was just like food. You know what I mean? One thing I did forget to mention is that with being on this diet, I found myself to be less hungry and fuller for longer, because the fatty foods, they tend to really fulfill my needs. And yeah, they just make me fuller for longer, and it would really annoy me because I was someone that used to be hungry all the time, like all the time, and I'd have to plan my snacks, and it would really annoy me. And now I'm all good. I don't really snack that much. If if I do, I'll just take some cashew nuts or some cheese and I'm all good. More so, I'm so happy that I just don't have that hunger all the time, because if anything, it was just really annoying. So that is all for today's video. I hope that this has helped you in some kind of way. Even if you're not going to do the diet lifestyle, it has been informative and you've learned a little bit today. So if you'd like to see more videos relating to a keto diet, don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe, and leave a comment down below if you would like to know any recipes or have any questions, and I'm happy to do more of these videos. Alright guys, I will see you next time. Bye!